Welcome back. Spent the week looking at, in the garage, looking at 2 Timothy 2 verses 8 to 15. And this call that Timothy has for his beloved son Timothy, no, Paul has on Timothy, to follow Christ even to the point of suffering and struggle. And I was thinking as a parent, that's a really difficult thing. I have taken my kids camping, so maybe I can't talk about inviting them into suffering, but I was thinking about what does it mean to invite someone to suffering, and what does that look like in terms of our lives? And I was remembering I used to be in the Army Reserves, and when I was doing that, we had regular soldiers coming in who'd been in Afghanistan, and they would tell us, they'd tell us the war stories. They wouldn't tell us about the day when they were like just hanging out and sunbathing and eating food nicely. They'd tell us about the struggle, the day that the IED went off, the day that their patrol came under attack. And same, if you talk to a teacher, they tell you about the most difficult, the wildest student. If you talk to a nurse, they'll tell you about the most disgusting thing. If you talk to a police officer, it's the wildest chase. We tell our war stories. We tell the difficult day. And I think for me as a Christian, I don't want to have difficult days, but I do want to notice where God is in my difficult days. And I want to be ready to tell the story, the war story, the story of the difficult day and how Christ carried me through it and sustained me in those difficult moments, knowing, nobody wants the hard day, but we can choose to be shaped by it or we can choose to run from it. And when we choose to run from the hard day, we end up with a life where the stories are shallow. And I want to have deep stories of God in my life. So I'll take a difficult day, every so often, with ice cream either side. Thanks for coming, and I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.